How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't know, my name is Steven Marmolejos from AA Fab, and today I'm going to be introducing the next little project we have going on. Right now it just has the stock LS engine, if you want to say, the B18 B1, and I'll be installing and fabricating a simple street turbo kit for it. So yeah, here's the rundown of how we're going to tear it apart and start installing. So here we are tearing apart the factory exhaust manifold, which is right here. And actually I'm already in the process of taking off the full exhaust, which is already laying on the ground there. That's the next step. Get this manifold off and bolt up our AA Fab ram horn. And now I'm going to take off the bumper and start mocking up for the intercooler and intercooler piping. And after that, we'll start on the downpipe. Here's the core we're gonna go with. It's a 750 horse Vibrant Performance core. It's a little overkill for what we need, but it's okay for if you're ever gonna build the motor or, you know, upgrade down the road, then you can use the same one. So here's the intercooler tacked up. I got the end tanks welded out and made the holes for the inlet and outlets. So just gonna weld the seams now and it'll be ready to get mounted up. Well, there's the intercooler all welded up, and next up I took off the radiator, drained it and took it off. I went ahead and welded the 10 AN steel bung fitting with a new oil pan gasket. Torqued the bolts back down, and right now I'm modifying the housing a little bit for the 90-degree elbow to come out. That way it shoots straight this way and around the car to the intercooler. So I went ahead and did the drain for the turbo. As you guys can see, it's a very small, simple drain. Just goes straight down. And I just wanted to show you that before intercooler and the housing was in the way. Not sure how well you can see that, but you can see that little blue filter is a new OEM Honda filter. That's what it's recommended really for most of these applications, so that's what I went with. Always want to replace that, obviously, every time you do an oil change. Alright, so as I was waiting on a few more parts to arrive, I went ahead and plumbed up this 4AN steel braided line for the oil feed. Just comes off the factory sending unit. You have to get some sort of a T adapter so that way you can still plug in your sending unit and add this line. As you guys saw already, the drain is done, so now we have oil supply. And I went ahead and welded up the full exhaust for it. Just comes down under the oil pan and straight back. If you guys can see right in the middle there, that's where the 3-inch exhaust just turns down. So after I did the exhaust, I went ahead and mounted up the intercooler, which I did by adding a tab down here. I welded it off the car, just a simple tab to a bung there. Also these 2 tabs on each side from the factory bumper support location there on each side. So that's what the intercooler looks like, bolted on. It's nice and sturdy. Next up, just gotta keep plumbing up the intercooler piping, which will come around and then up and into the throttle body. That'll be a 3-inch on that side, and then this side will be 2.5-inch, a little bit smaller from the turbo. Got the intercooler piping all finished up. As you can see, I used a 3-inch on this side, whole way to the throttle body, with the Schnapp's blow-off valve and a little transition coupler from 3-inch to 2.5-inch. Just all the factory, completely stock manifold. Everything, like I said, is stock. So got this side finished up. Straight to the turbo. The 45-degree there. The turbo was 2-inch, and I used a 2.5-inch pipe on this side. So yeah, the intercooler piping is finished up. Just gotta plumb up some vacuum lines. As you guys can see, just took the oil cap off. I'm getting ready to fill it up with some of this Brad Penn oil. I always use this, good stuff, 10W30 for this purpose. Should work nicely. Alright guys, so I unplugged the distributor, and that way I can crank it and give it some oil pressure before I actually start it. So let's crank it over. Alright. And now for the first startup. So another thing we do here at the shop is window tint. As you guys can see, he's getting some tint done here. My girlfriend Tay is doing it. Ozone window tint in Hanover, PA. As you guys can see, we also have Ceramic Pro that gets done here. Also t-shirts, stickers, vinyl, car wraps, stereo installs. So check them out, Hanover, PA, Ozone. This customer wanted 15% in the back and 35% on the side here. Try to avoid cops as much as possible. Looking good. Here we are with the car outside. I've got everything hooked up some vacuum lines. There's the Turbo Smart boost controller here. Got it running from the turbo to the wastegate here. I built this little coolant overflow pot just to go from the top of the radiator to there. And I have this catch can I built very quickly just to get the car tuned for any blow by that comes out. And yeah, so it's about ready for a tune. Gonna make an appointment and that'll be for a different video. It's ready to go. Here's how the exhaust looks. Well guys, I'd like to say thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now this Integra is ready for the streets, and hopefully I'll be giving you guys more content on more builds coming up. So stay tuned for more.